Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Many NBA analysts are expecting the Lakers to sign a solid, big-name star, but they could be in for a surprise, and according to Lakers insiders, General Manager Rob Pelinka is looking to build a super team and could bet on young players like Jonathan Kuminga and Nic Claxton. A three-team trade has been suggested, and if the Lakers get these two players, they will have a very strong team for many years to come, because Jonathan Kuminga and Nic Clax are young, athletic, future stars and would fit perfectly alongside Austin Reaves and Luka Doncic, and would also be paired with LeBron James, probably in his final season. Having a starting five with Austin Reaves, Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Nic Claxton, and Jonathan Kuminga would be great and could beat any Western rival. And for the rotation, they could sign good veteran players who will be available in free agency. Trade between Los Angeles Lakers, Golden State Warriors and Brooklyn Nets brings two young stars to the Lakers. A blockbuster three-team swap retools the Lakers' frontcourt with future stars. We have an idea that could be regarded as NBA chess, and this isn't your routine salary cap dump. We're talking about a blockbuster three-team deal that reshapes roles, timelines, and rosters across LA, Golden State, and Brooklyn. After all, the Los Angeles Lakers need some new pieces to pair around Luka Doncic and LeBron James, with their championship window closing around the King, while the Golden State Warriors also need fresh faces with their title window close to being shut. These are two title-contending teams that need to make moves, while the Brooklyn Nets are clearly heading for a rebuild. Los Angeles Lakers, Nic Claxton, Jonathan Kuminga. Golden State Warriors, Dorian Finney-Smith, Dalton Knecht, 2025 number 55 overall pick. Brooklyn Nets, Rui Hachimura, Jared Vanderbilt, 2031 first-round pick. The Lakers finally land a two-way rim protector in Nic Claxton and high-upside athletic wing Jonathan Kuminga, two players with star potential. The Warriors wrangle Dorian Finney-Smith's defensive toughness and Dalton Knecht's scoring upside, plus a late first-rounder to sweeten the pot. Meanwhile, Brooklyn pulls off the coup. Rui Hachimura and Jared Vanderbilt shore up their own rebuild while snagging a juicy 2031 Lakers lottery pick. 6 players, 3 teams, infinite ripple effects. Let's break it down and then enjoy the fallout, because this deal could work for all sides involved, especially the Los Angeles Lakers. Los Angeles Lakers create a new and dominant starting lineup. Nic Claxton brings the rim protection the Lakers have been craving. Averaging 10.3 ppg and 7.4 rebounds per game in Brooklyn's season last year, Claxton changes the entire defensive mindset. His 4-year, $100 million contract extension locks him in at a team-friendly cap hit, making him a long-term anchor in LA's frontcourt. Jonathan Kuminga offers explosive athleticism and a two-way skill set to complement this roster shift. He surged at times with the Warriors despite not earning Steve Kerr's trust and ended the season averaging 15.3 ppg, 4.6 rpg, and 30.5% from 3 on 45.4% from the field. At a modest salary, $7.6 million in 2024-25 with a $10,240,287 qualifying offer next year, Kuminga fits financially and brings the upside to grow alongside the Lakers' goals. Pairing Claxton with Kuminga keeps the Lakers flexible enough to chase additional scoring or playmakers, especially with LeBron's impending retirement creating room over the next few seasons. This lineup transforms LA into one of the most modern two-way starting fives in the league, built to support superstars while maintaining long-term cap health. His deal is a masterclass in roster architecture. The Lakers land Nic Claxton, a proven rim protector $100 million deal that becomes more cap-friendly over time. He fills the defensive void left by Anthony Davis's exit and immediately upgrades interior defense. On top of that, Jonathan Kuminga, cost-controlled and athletic, brings playmaking upside, making LA's starting lineup both dynamic and defensively sound. LeBron James' opt-in could foreshadow a nightmare for the Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers should be worried if LeBron James accepts his $52.6 million player option for the 2025-26 season because it gives him a clean window to retire. The franchise is known for taking care of their stars. They would gladly give LeBron another 1+1 contract featuring a player option in the summer of 2026. It is a no-brainer for James unless he knows his playing career is over and does not want a near $60 million payday to tempt him into a 24th NBA season. The Lakers are all in on winning as King James nears the end of his career. They just traded for Luka Doncic, and fans know he is pissed off after their first-round playoff exit. Luka is already in fantastic shape and ready to lead the Lakers to a championship. LeBron opting in hurts the franchise no matter how fans slice it. Their finances are limited, given James's massive salary. He has earned even more money, but the Lakers want to contend. LBJ opting in only spells doom for the Lakers in the present and future. LeBron James may be gearing up for retirement if he opts in on current contract. James has a full no-trade clause and $52.6 million waiting if he opts in before June 29. That is difficult to decline, but LeBron knows the Lakers will do whatever is necessary to keep him happy in LA. They plan on upgrading their roster, including adding a new starting center. If James wants a max contract and a player option for the 2026-27 season, the Lakers will grant it. The 40-year-old will be the first player in NBA history to play in 23 seasons when he suits up for the 2025-26 campaign. James already owns the record for points scored, minutes played, field goal attempts, and turnovers in a career. He is only building on those numbers. LeBron is the GOAT, and there is nothing left to prove. Fans should be worried if LeBron opts in. James is not just locking in the money. The Lakers will pay him and keep his no-trade clause if that is what he wants. Those are not even negotiations. The franchise takes care of their stars. Opting in means James is considering retirement at the very least. It makes it more likely than not that the 2025-26 season is LeBron's last. The Los Angeles Lakers plan for LeBron James to retire with their franchise. They have already handed the keys over to Luka Doncic, but James is still one of the best to ever do it. The Lakers will do whatever possible to take care of him. That is why his player option is such a massive decision. It will give fans insight into what LeBron is thinking and what the Lakers can expect moving forward. James has until June 29 to decide. Fans should be praying for an opt-out and extension. If not, LeBron could be 1 year away from the end of his legendary career. Lakers 2024-25 season player grades, Austin Reaves. Austin Reaves is an NBA rags-to-riches story in a league that doesn't have as many such stories as other sports leagues, especially the NFL, do. He went undrafted in 2021 out of the University of Oklahoma, but after he did well in summer league play for the Los Angeles Lakers, they signed him to a two-way contract, which was converted into a standard contract less than 2 months later. He has raised his game each season, and this season was no exception. He arguably played at an all-star level this season and had people saying that the Lakers now had a legitimate big three consisting of him, LeBron James and Luka Doncic. Austin Reaves season stats. In 73 regular season games, Reaves averaged 20.2 points, 5.8 assists and 4.5 rebounds a game while shooting 46% from the field, 37.7% from three-point range and 87.7% from the free throw line. In the first round of the NBA playoffs, he averaged 16.2 points, 5.4 rebounds, and 3.6 assists a game while shooting 41.1% from the field, 31.9% from three-point range and 85.7% from the free throw line. Reaves' shooting efficiency went up and down during the first half of the season. He shot just 41.4% overall and 33% from three-point range in November, but in December, he averaged 22.1 points a game while making 46.8% of his shot attempts and 37.7% from downtown. A large number of his shot attempts, especially his three-point attempts, prior to Doncic's arrival seemed to come off the dribble. That meant he had to work hard for his shots, especially since he has trouble getting past his initial defender off the dribble without a strong ball screen. But the trade for Doncic seemed to open things up for the Arkansas native. The Slovenian became LA's main facilitator and ball handler and sucked up lots of defensive attention like an industrial-strength vacuum, which created easier opportunities for Reeves. It also meant Reeves was sometimes being guarded by a weaker defender than he was earlier in the year. In Reeves' last 25 games of the regular season, he registered 22.8 points a game on 48.7% overall shooting and 41.1% from three-point land. Those figures went up to 24.9 points a game, 52.4% overall shooting and 42.4% three-point shooting in his last 17 contests. At times, when LA was without one or both of its superstars, he stepped up his game and played at a superstar level. On February 8, with James out of action and Doncic yet to make his team debut, Reeves exploded for a career-high 45 points against the Indiana Pacers, a team that is currently 2 wins away from an NBA championship. He also went for 37 points, 13 assists, 8 rebounds and 4 steals on March 14 versus the Denver Nuggets when both James and Doncic didn't play. Unfortunately, Reeves played poorly in the first round of the playoffs versus the Minnesota Timberwolves, and it seemed to renew the emphasis on his shortcomings. He is relatively unathletic, which manifests itself on both ends of the floor, but especially on the defensive end. He struggles defensively against certain matchups, particularly bigger and stronger wings, and over the last couple of seasons, opposing teams have looked to exploit this deficiency. Still, one has to conclude that Reeves had another successful season where he built upon what he had done during the previous season. What's next for Reeves? In the past, the Lakers had considered Reeves virtually untouchable in any trade discussions. But now, a considerable number of fans want the team to trade him and feel it will have to do so in order to become a true championship contender. Such fans point to the lack of defense and athleticism that a starting backcourt of Doncic and Reeves has, as well as the fact that Reeves has a player option for the 2026-27 season and could soon become very expensive to keep. The guard made a whisker under $13 million this season and will be paid $13.9 million next season. Perhaps Reeves could still be a major part of a Lakers team that wins it all, but he may have to do so as a sixth man due to his weaknesses. On the other hand, perhaps landing a two-way wing such as Andrew Wiggins would allow Reeves to help LA win the NBA championship as a starter. Insider names most realistic big man wing Lakers could trade for. The NBA Finals between the Oklahoma City Thunder and Indiana Pacers will go, at most, another 3 games and end by next Sunday, June 22. That means that the start of player movement across the league is very close. The Los Angeles Lakers are expected to be very aggressive in their quest to upgrade their roster and add to the core. The first item on their wish list is a starting-level center, but many also feel they need a two-way wing who can start at either the 2 or 3 position. Jovan Buha, a Lakers beat writer for The Athletic, said on Saturday's episode of Buha's Block that the most realistic targets for Los Angeles on the trade market are center Nick Claxton of the Brooklyn Nets and Andrew Wiggins, a two-way wing who is currently with the Miami Heat. Looking at the current market, Claxton and Wiggins are probably the best realistic players the Lakers could get for each of their 2 big holes, Buha said. If you can get Claxton as your starting center and Wiggins as your starting 3, and you still have LeBron, Austin, and Luka, I really like that starting 5 together. Claxton seems to be the archetypal center the Lakers want and need. He's a capable shot blocker and rebounder, as well as a lob threat who possesses ample athleticism. His production went down a bit this season, but the hope is that his numbers dipped because he played on a poor Nets team and not because he's in decline. Wiggins put up 18.0 points a game while making 37.4% of his three-point attempts this season. He was traded by the Golden State Warriors to the Heat in February in the deal that brought the Warriors Jimmy Butler, but while in Golden State, he reinvented himself. He became an above-average defender and outside shooter, and he ended up starting in the All-Star game and winning the NBA championship during the 2021-22 season. At age 30, he should have plenty left in the tank for at least 2 or 3 more years. The Lakers have limited trade assets, but if at least one team is willing to do them a solid, perhaps they could end up having a very successful summer in terms of personnel moves. Andrew Wiggins to Lakers trade report surfaces after Kevin Durant news. There have been no indications that the Los Angeles Lakers will get their hands on Kevin Durant this offseason. However, that doesn't mean they won't be involved in a deal. The Lakers don't need Durant, but they need reinforcements for next season. A Durant trade could get that for them in a multi-team deal. The latest intel from NBA insider Jake Fisher revealed who the top two teams are that are currently vying for Durant, writing, "Things are obviously fluid at this stage, but the two teams most frequently cited as potential landing spots for Durant entering Saturday's business, league sources say, were Minnesota and Miami." Los Angeles Lakers forward LeBron James, 23, and Phoenix Suns forward Kevin Durant, 35. Copyright Mark J. Rebel is USA Today Sports and #169, Mark J. and period. Rebel is USA Today Sports. If the Heat pull the trigger on Durant, and the Suns' main priority in a deal is to save money, Phoenix could reroute what the Heat send them for salary matching purposes. That's where the Lakers could pounce. Andrew Wiggins is among the most likely candidates that the Heat would send out to get Durant. As it turns out, Wiggins was named among potential trade candidates for the Lakers. Jovan Buha of The Athletic named Wiggins among a player the Lakers could realistically go after. Looking at the current market, Nicholas, Claxton and Wiggins are probably the best realistic players the Lakers could get for each of their two big holes, Buha said. Buha added, "If you can get Claxton as your starting center and Wiggins as your starting three, and you still have LeBron, Austin, and Luka, I really like that starting five together." Not long after this report, ESPN's Shams Charania revealed Durant would sign a long-term agreement with Miami, the San Antonio Spurs or Houston Rockets if he landed with one of those three teams. This further intensified the buzz around Durant and the Heat, which could also impact Wiggins' future.